Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. I am your host, Chris Crenshaw, and we are live from the 704 once again for episode 210 of the 815 Exchange. And well, ladies and gentlemen, we have reached the conclusion. Yes, the conclusion of the Paris Olympics. It's tragic. Honestly, I don't know what I'm going to throw in, whether it's in the background or to watch, during my days. I don't know what I'm gonna do. Okay, these next couple days I'm going to be lost. I'm sure you will probably be very lost too. And I'm gonna be honest with you. This. I'm literally going to title this the Olympic episode "Feet 100 Gigs" because there's literally nothing else. Like I have an MLB segment, but nothing crazy really happened in the MLB. And then the combat sports segment is basically the roundup, plus the NFL preseason. All right, nothing else is really happening. It's all about the Olympics, which is pretty much how it should be. So this is the Olympic episode as we conclude, like I said, the Paris Olympics. As always, remember to like, share, subscribe if you guys enjoying the content, and as always, all right. As always, everything you're looking for can be found in my description. Yes, below. All right, timestamps are also embedded in the video. Social medias links are provided in the description. Also in the outro. Also, timestamps are in the description. But like I said, ladies and gentlemen, Paris Olympics, we got a lot to cover. So let's get this under. We're not even waiting. This is the main event. We're kicking off with the main event today. So let's get straight to it. We're going to start with U.S. women's soccer because, ladies and gentlemen, Emma is at the wheel and Emma is cooking. And you know who else is cooking? That triple espresso. All right, we finally got a nickname. They came up with one. We're going to run with it. All right, triple espresso does deliver. Okay? And listen, we win 1-0 over Brazil. Very physical game, not the prettiest game we played, but like I said last week, you gotta win ugly, you gotta win beautiful, you gotta win regardless. All right, that's what Team USA does. That is what the women's national team has done for years and years and years, and that's why we've developed the reputation of having the best women's national team. And we proved it once again. We got our swagger back here. All right, but yeah, triple espresso delivers once again. Mallory is the one that gets to go here in the final, which means all three members, Trin, Soph, Mal, all scored the winning goal for our last two games. So that's just, beautiful. Very, very poetic. I believe Mal, I don't know if there was an official player of the tournament, but I'm sure Mal, she won the Golden Boot. She had 4 goals, 2 assists. Soph had 3 goals, 2 assists. And Trin had 3 goals, 1 assist. So yeah. All right, the front three that we had all dreamed about, we had all been asking for, came through and delivered at the Olympics. Started to live up to the hype, especially Trin. I think she grew a whole lot throughout this entire Olympics and throughout this entire run. She was always, had the talent. You could see it. You could see the potential. But she really kind of started elevating into that kind of world-class, nature. A lot of us believe, she can be one of the best players in the world. She started to look like that in this tournament. So very happy with what we saw, the chemistry building there between Triple Espresso. And yeah, they delivered the goods. But ladies and gentlemen, while those are, those three, the big three, they were going to get all the headlines. All right, this was the season of big threes for the U.S. in this Olympics. And while they're going to get all the headlines, and, that's well-deserved, the player of the tournament, in my eyes, was Alyssa Nair. I mean, absolutely the best goalkeeper in the world. The way she saved the U.S. in multiple games. Not just the ones that, the very many clean sheets she collected throughout the tournament. No. Not that. But how many times she came up with an unbelievable save from some crazy angle to save the U.S. Was just absolutely mind-bending. Okay, it was mind-bending. It was a virtuoso performance from Alyssa Nair. She looked like the best goalkeeper in the world. And like I said, she saved us, all right? She saved us. Literally saved us multiple times. So yeah, shout out to Alyssa. Deserves her flowers. I also want to give her flowers, honestly, to the entire back line. So Ifa, like all of them. But I got to give a shout out to Naomi Gomer, who needs to also be considered one of the best, not just defenders in the world, but one of the best players in the world. Even in the throughout the Olympics, even in the World Cup, she was that model of consistency. I talked about it, right? I always felt comfortable when I saw Naomi was back there defending or with the ball at her feet, trying to control from the back line. I always felt comfortable, and she's just been this mainstay. She is the future captain of this team, in my opinion. If Trinity is the future face and the rest of Triple Espresso, Naomi Girma is the future captain of this team. She is that rock. All right, she's the Great Wall of Girma. The Great Wall of Girma is what I call her. And yeah, she was, once again, brilliant. I don't know how there isn't teams lining up with a blank check to give her, because I mean, honestly, I don't know if there's a better defender in the world today in world football or soccer. She is the absolute best, and yeah, she proved it throughout this tournament. Shout to Naomi. If there, I mean, honestly, could be co-player alongside Alyssa, and if you want to shout to Triple Espresso, but yeah, it was really cool to see. Like I said, the U.S. Women's National Team been through a lot. It's been a big transition period. Emma bringing in her first tournament, she goes out and she gets it done, and the U.S. looks like the U.S. again, and we can get better. That's the thing. We had Jaden Shaw out with injury. We have a lot of young talent, and we're gonna get better, right? This is the worst this team is going to be with all the young talent, right? We're still in that transition phase, and we're back on in the Olympics. So yeah, a lot to be happy about with the U.S. national team. So yeah, shout out to them, Triple Espresso, Lissa, Naomi, all got it done. Very very happy. Let's talk about hoops because I can't prolong it any longer. That's probably part of the reason why you clicked on this video is to hear me talk about what Team USA did. All right, the Avengers, as we're calling them, came through. They came through. Chef Curry had the pot, and boy, oh boy, we talked about last week. Chef was missing. He was MIA. All right, he was MIA last week in the group stage, but these last two games in the semi and then here in the final against France, oh my goodness, it was different. It was different. I talked about this with my friends this past weekend. It was so nice to be able to celebrate Curry going nuclear after years of being on the opposite side of that. It was so satisfying to be yo, this is great. This is great. When he had the double team and you just knew. He gets a little bit of space, he puts this up, it's going in. It doesn't matter how crazy the angle is. It's going in, and being able to celebrate it hit different. It hit different. But yes, the Avengers, the ultimate big three of the King, the Slim Reaper, and the Chef do deliver the goal 98-87. Chef finishes with 24 points, 8 threes in this game. Just again, unbelievable close to this game. He was the closer. It was Braun, Katie, and Curry, as it should be, to close this out and to get this gold medal. And they said, you know what? We got our they had their little moments to close it out. And then they said, you know what? Chef is hot. Chef, kill him. And he killed him. So, yeah, shout out to Chef Curry for showing up and showing why he is the greatest shooter to ever live. Braun finishes with 14, 6, and 10. KD finishes with 15. And Book finishes with 15. I want to give a shout out to Book. All right? He's the one that said, hey, of all the stars, Kuzma put that out. He said he'd do it, and he did it. All right? He was the star that said, you know what? I'll fill a role. And I don't know if anybody's stock, in my opinion, rose more than Devin Booker's did throughout this Olympics. On the men's basketball side, at least for Team USA especially. Just because him being able to fall back into that role and still be an elite player, I think that says something about the talent of D-Book. And yeah, the way he carries himself, I became a big Book fan. All right, I became a very, very big Book fan. No more slander on him. This comes, unless he does something terrible, no more slander. I was thoroughly impressed with Book, just being able to fall back and, handle it all. So yeah, shout out to D-Book. KD, again, greatest Olympic player of all time. Surpasses Melo on gold medals. Nothing else needs to be said. He's a Slim Reaper for a reason. Even though he started off cold in the gold medal game, came through. It's KD, man. It's KD. Nothing else needs to be said. Really, nothing else needs to be said about Bron. Okay, it's LeBron, right? Nothing else needs to be said. But it's just a testament. At 39, 40, we're just him doing this. After all of the mileage, after all the years, after everything you've seen of Bron, and still be the best player on Team USA. Like you could say Curry, and I know a lot of people are like, yo, why didn't Curry win it? I mean, Curry was, like we said, absent for the first, part of this. He showed up big time and was the guy in the last two, but Braun was that model of consistency. He averaged, I think, 14, 7, and 8 or something close to that for the entire Olympics. Just, the consistent force, the consistent star on this Team USA team, still at 39, the best player on the court. It was just crazy to see. He's still the controller. He's different. And the athleticism, it's still there. It's not obviously as high, but it's still there, and he still knows when to apply it. He had me screaming the GOAT. I've gone on record, even though LeBron is my favorite player of all time, I've gone on record saying Jordan's the GOAT. I was screaming Bron is the GOAT this entire Olympic run. So yeah, I'm appreciative that we got to watch this at least one last time. And that we finally got to see Curry, of course, get his first gold and finally join, KD and Curry, or KD and Bron. So it was really cool to see that three that defined this generation. They were the three pivotal, the main characters, so to speak, of this past generation of basketball that we really grew up on. So it honestly felt like in game. It was like basketball in game. And yeah, France, I mean, hell of a fight, by the way. Hell of a fight. Wemby had 26 and was crying. So he might be getting it back in blood in 4 years in LA, in our house. We beat him in Paris. Now he might be getting it back in blood with, all the young talent France has coming up. If half of them develop and Wemby becomes half of what he's supposed to be, then yeah, it could be scary hours, especially with the big three gone. Yabusele was a revelation. Okay, he probably paid himself back into a NBA roster spot. They were training MVP. He dunked on Braun, which didn't happen, by the way, even though I just said it. It definitely, totally didn't happen. It's been completely erased. But, yeah, Yabusele was, I mean, just on one. All right, he was on one. Somebody was calling him Frenchman Wallace. So, yeah, Yabusele played a great game in the final. It was honestly great for Paris throughout. So, yeah. Wemby, don't worry. I know, and hey, that means he cares. And that's one of the things I love about Wemby. It's just how much he cares, how much he wants to get better. It can be really easy for him to, with all of his physical gifts and how good he is already, to just kind of sit on his palms. But the fact that he continues to want to evolve and get better, I think it's just a testament to really how generational he is. So yeah, Wemby, different breed. Shout out to AD as well for that great defense down the stretch. But Team USA, Avengers it. All right, the Avengers, we get it back. 8 straight though. All right, 8 straight for the women. Okay, it was grim. We played France again. Gabby Williams needs to be back in the W, by the way. She had 19 and 7 in this game. It was just a force. And hit and nearly sent it to overtime. But yeah, this was way too close. Way too close. All right, Team USA for some reason decided to play the worst game today here in the final and struggled. But Kalia Cooper, who finished with, she just went off in the fourth quarter. Okay, Kalia Cooper needed her respect for a while. We needed to give her flowers for. Here are her flowers. All right, after that performance that I watched on that thing, give that woman her flowers. All right, very impressive performance from Kalia Cooper. Though Asia Wilson is in fact the best player in the world, she proved it once again, as she has all season, as she has for a while, and once again here in the Olympics, she was the dominant player. She was the dominant force. She was that girl. So yeah, her and her man's collect gold medal. Shout out to Bam. But yeah, Asia has 21-13, and we narrowly beat France. All right, France is on the come up for sure, basketball wise. 4x4, double sweep, baby. Swept it. All right, women won, which we got to talk about, and of course the men won. But let's talk about. Oh, let me see. Let's talk about the men. Let's talk about Rye. Let's talk about Mr. Rye Benjamin. All right, could he beat Karsten? Could he beat Oh yes, he can. Oh yes, he can. Oh, yes, he can. All right, Rye finally beat Karsten Fido, and you follow me on IG. You saw me post about that. Was very happy about that. But yeah, the women's 4x4 nearly breaks the world record. I really wanted to get that off the doping, the scarred record. But we get the American record. We lose by a 10th. I think we lost it by literally a 10th, which is absolutely crazy. And honestly, we could have got it if we'd have finished down the line a little bit more, whether it was Alexis or Gabby. But nonetheless, 4x4 women, dynamic, and Sydney Mclaughlin literally won the race on the second leg. She won the race on the second leg. She put them out of frame. They got the baton nearly at the same time. We were a little ahead thanks to Shamar Little. But Sydney put the race to bed. It was comical. She is the best female track athlete on the earth, in my opinion. And I don't really think... I know there's the distance runner. I forget her name. I really should have put her in here because she did the double this year as well. Who has an argument. I will grant that argument. But otherwise, Sydney Mclaughlin is the best track athlete. Not American, not female... I am talking female, but honestly, you could say pound for pound. She's the best female track athlete on the planet. She's just otherworldly. 400 hurdles. Of course, all of the talk leading up to this was her versus Femke Bol. And Femke's caught up. Femke, I saw a lot of people saying Femke's going to beat Sydney. Quiet. Very, very quiet. I needed to be very quiet. Now, Femke, don't worry. She did win 3 medals. All right? She got a gold, silver, and bronze. So, got all 3. But ladies and gentlemen, she got that bronze in this event because Sydney Mclaughlin, Lavroni, is on a different level. Sid, the GOAT, as I've said many times. The GOAT. Sid is the GOAT, the greatest, the best ever. She is almost beyond a generational talent. She's a once-in-a-lifetime talent. She is the absolute pinnacle of the sport, and she proved it once again here in the Olympics, not just in the 4x4, but once again in her signature event. She breaks her world record again. I mean, demolishes it. 50:37, so not quite under 50 seconds yet, but yeah, we're headed there. We're headed there. She dropped this by like a 10 or 2/10 or 0.20 or something crazy like that. So yeah, Sydney, dominant. Shout out to Anna Cockerell, fight on, because she was able to get that second and get that silver, meaning Femke got third in the bronze. So yes, Sid the GOAT, still untouchable, still the best in the world. Noah Lyles got COVID after a great week last week for him. That all came to a crashing close this week as the 100-meter champion could not do the double. He ends up getting the bronze. Shout out to Kenny for getting the silver. But yeah, Noah got COVID, so he ran with COVID, which is a little concerning, but I guess we all have like vaccines now, so it's not as much of a big deal, but still feels kind of dangerous that he did that. But nonetheless, Noah still got bronze, so credit where credit's due. But yeah, let's still Tobago. Let's not get effed up. All right, he ran a 19.46. He earned this. He looked great. He looked great in the 100. But this has been building for a while. He was one of the best teenage sprinters ever. He continued to do that as he, as a 20-year-old and now as a 21-year-old. So this was not surprising to me that he went out and won this because he's looked strong and continues to look stronger and is going to be one of the premier sprinters in track and field for a very long time. Bar injury, God willing he doesn't get injured. He is going to be a dominant force and be a rival to a lot of the great young American sprinters, like a Lyles, like an Arian Knight. He's going to be that guy in the way. So yeah, Tobago, 19.46, he gets the gold on the 200. Our 4x1 team honestly does not deserve a mention because it's a farce. It is a farce. At this point, it is a farce. It is disgusting. I don't want to talk about it, so I'm not going to talk about it because it's terrible. Okay, it's the no good, very bad team. The 4x1, we still can't get it right. Carlos was crashing out. Kenny left too early, so Coleman couldn't get to him, and we got DQ. Okay, that's all that needs to be said about that. So we don't sweep. We don't win everything. All right. Maybe we needed Noah because he didn't compete because he had COVID, but hey, that was the sprint. For wrestling, all right. For wrestling, normally this is a great event for us. Normally it's a great event for us. Unfortunately, ladies and gentlemen, it was not the case this year. Okay, it was not the case. Similar to what I just talked about with the 4x1. Just a series of disappointments. Spencer Lee makes the final, but only ends up with a silver. Aaron Brooks nearly makes the final, ends up with a bronze. So yes, Kyle Snyder was left, and Snyder's won a gold before, and you know what? He doesn't have to worry about Saudi Lev this year, and it didn't matter because he got fifth. Yes, he got fifth. The great Kyle Snyder got fifth. Yeah, it wasn't great. This is the first time since like 1946 that the U.S. wrestling program, the men's side, didn't win a gold medal. However, the women held it down. Ahmet Lor became the youngest U.S. wrestler ever to win a gold medal, and Sarah Hildebrand finally got hers. So, hats off to the women. I mean, I'm going to be honest. The women carried. This is very representative of what happened in this Olympics. The women absolutely carried us and held us through. So, yeah, here, U.S. women's wrestling up. U.S. men's wrestling, we need some changes, all right? With all the talent we have, we should not be going gold medalists. That was just disgusting. Mondo Duplantis, the aura. That's all I gotta say. Mondo, similar to Sydney, is just one of those athletes, just different, just absolutely different. Generational, lifetimeable, whatever you want to say. All right, Mondo was him. That was very fun to watch. Him, Sam, and the guy from Greece, it was really fun. Shout out to Sam for being so cool about everything. I mean, if you're facing Mondo, you kind of know what's up. But yeah, he does break his world record in dramatic fashion, by the way. Literally came down to his last jump after he broke the American record, and then he's the last athlete going that day, and then he gets it, crowd erupts, he goes and kisses. It was just too much aura. All right, too much aura. Honestly, we deserve, like I've been saying, a half medal for that because the boy is American. Okay, even though he's with Sweden, he's American. He grew up here. His daddy's American. He went to Louisiana State. Boy's American, but he was repping Sweden. So yeah, Mondo, still him. 6'25", world record. He beats it again. He's still, again, similar to Sydney. They're just in a class of their own. The 800 was so hyped for the men this year. I mean, it was so hyped. Everybody's talking about Jacob or Josh, right? Is Jacob he's been talking a big game. Is he going to do the double? He ends up winning 1500. Is he going to do it here, right? And then, Josh Kerr, he's the reigning world champion. They've been talking about it. Yep. But you know what? Y'all forgot about that. And I didn't forget. Because I watched him at Oregon. I watched Cole Hawker at Oregon, so I know what Cole Hawker is. All right, that's Mr. Cole Hawk him down, Hawker. So I wasn't surprised when he got that kick going. And he came through. Shout out to Yeri, by the way, as well for getting that. I think he got a bronze. Josh got the silver. And Jacob just, he tried to burn Josh out, got too caught up in the matchup. And yeah, his light burned out. He ends up getting a shock fourth. Cole gets the gold, hawks everybody down. Yeri, like I said, Nagus got third. Josh Kerr gets second. But yeah, Jacob again, he gets it back in the 1500. But Cole Hawker hawks him down. Love that for Cole. Shout out to Oregon, even though I'm a USC fan. Tara, by the way, won the long jump at the same time as Sydney was winning the 400 hurdles. That was a pretty cool moment, really cool photo. So yeah, the cowgirl does what she does. Shout out to Tara. Quincy Hall comes back. All right, talking to comebacks and wins the 400. You see how much Americans are? I mean, this is honestly just a general like me going through. Like I talked about Mondo. Like this is me going through the general list of things that happened in the Olympics. But we were so dominant in track and field. It's just like it's ongoing. Quincy Hall wins the 400. I don't know what happened to Michael Norman, but he just completely faded. Luckily, Quincy Hall. Probably not ideal form, but ideal results. Okay, and that is all that matters. All right, the result is all that matters. Doesn't care how you run. It's the fact that you get past that line and you finish first, and he got that gold. So yeah, shout out to Quincy coming back. He ends up with a 43:40, fifth fastest time ever. All right, ever. So we could see again. Everybody's been talking about that 400 record held by WVN, and if that's going to get broken, but we'll see. Quincy though, great run. He also ran that 4x4, and of course got the gold there. So great week for Quincy Hall. Grant Holloway, Flamingo, get that man a watch deal. All right, get that man a watch. He was on smoke the whole weekend. I mean, and from the heats to the final, it was never in. He didn't leave any doubt that it was his time. After what happened last Olympics, Grant said, you know what? It's done. It's done. I'm winning this gold. This is my gold medal. And he went out and took it. And once again, him and D-Rob 1-2. Because they've been D-Rob, they've been 1-2ing since the end of time. All right. No war record for Grant this time. All right. Only a 12.99. D-Rob finishes with the 13.09. But yeah, Grant makes a statement. He's on a different level. He's a star. He's a superstar. Get that man a watch deal. Go Gators. Masai. All right. Staying with the hurdles. Wins. We thought that Noah finish was crazy last week. This hurdles, which was stacked by the way. Jasmine Camacho Quinn, the British hurdler. It was just stacked. Okay, Grace Stark was in there for us. We had all three of them, and Masai gets it in her debut. 12:33. She just shows up when in big moments. She's one of the clutchest, I think, track and field athletes we got right now. If it's a big race, Masai seems to just click. Whether it was in the NCAA's and now here in the Olympics, she's just got that clutch gene, I think. But yeah, she shows up. She wins by a 10th. 12:33 to 12:34. Okay? The exact definition of a photo finish. The exact definition. All right? Put a clip of that just there. Because, yeah. Just barely. But super happy for Masai. She kind of had a feeling she won, by the way. For such a close race, she was jumping up and down like she knew she had it. So, yeah, she had a feeling, and she did. So she debuts with a gold medal. Love that for Masai. She's been great. She's been great. Men's soccer. All right, so just kind of like I didn't even mean to do that. I started off with women's soccer for this segment. Now we're gonna end with men's soccer. Spain and France put on a classic. All right, an all-time classic. Probably one of the greatest gold medal games in the history of men's soccer at the Olympics. France, of course, home field cooking, but Spain is winning everything. All right, they're winning everything. Okay, and they win the Olympics here, 5-3. They get it done because Camelo scores twice. All right, twice in extra time after Mateus sends it there with a penalty. But yeah, that was heat. All right, absolute heater, fantastic. All of the adjectives. It was a great match. Go watch the highlights. Very entertaining. And yeah, it was chaos. All right, it was going on at that was a great day for the Olympics. Some other stuff was going on that I talked about earlier at the same time. But yeah, Spain able to get it done. They win gold. France will have to settle for silver. Now, for the final count here in the Olympics, USA does win with 126. But, while we won overall, we did tie with China for the gold medal count. All right, and I guess we win the tiebreaker, so we win the Olympics. But we did tie with 40 with China for the most golds, because China has acrobatic diving, assistant diving, all of those on lock. All right, they got that on lock. I guess the other story that I did talk about from the Olympics was breakdancing and ray gun. I have a lot of respect, obviously, with what I do for Ocho Reacts. I have a lot of respect for dancers, a lot of respect for it. I don't know if it's an Olympic sport. I'm just gonna say it. I don't know. I don't doubt the athleticism. I don't doubt the craft and the artistry, but I don't know if it's an Olympic sport. But it was a nice novelty to have for this Olympics, even though it's probably not going to be back next Olympics. But it was interesting. All right, it was an interesting experience seeing that. So yeah, don't know if breakdancing is coming back, but overall, a very good Olympics for USA. Could have been better. That's the crazy thing, but still a very good. Um, yeah, it's the most wonderful time of the year every 4 years. So yeah, the Olympics, loved it. Going to miss it. I love track and field and all these other sports that we don't always usually talk about. Finally, getting their time in the sun. Those stars being able to be world superstars for a moment in time. I love it, and I hope it continues to funnel money into the other leagues, whether it's for women's soccer, whether it's for the Diamond League and other track and field leagues that are opening up and being created, or for the W, or for whatever it is. I hope it continues to funnel money and attention into those athletes because they deserve it. Because some of these Olympians have regular jobs, which is crazy. As an Olympian to still be working something else. But yeah, it's a testament to them. So credit where credit's due. But yeah, gonna miss the Olympics. Don't know what I'm gonna do. But yeah, Team USA, man. Hey, it brings everybody together for 4 years. Hey, rest of the time we hate each other, it seems, in this country. But every 4 years for a couple, like a month and a half, we rocking with each other. So yeah, shout out to the Olympics. Loved you, missed you, and that is that. With that said, ladies and gentlemen, we have reached entertainment. We have reached entertainment, and I have no TV shows to talk about. You see, I'm doing this. I didn't do a cut because I don't have to do this at 10 o'clock. Because House of the Dragon is over, The Boys is over, all that. It's done. It's gone. So this week I've been watching Cobra Kai season 6 because I gave up on Too Lot to Handle, and it's been solid. It's been solid. I can definitely tell this is the last season. Can definitely tell because it's just like I feel like we're running out of things. But I think it's gonna finish strong nonetheless. And I'm interested to see how it finishes. But so far so good. I'm like 4 episodes in. However, the big news, of course, was in music. Drake dropped 100 gigs of just stuff. All right, just stuff. 100 gigs on your head top. And then he ends up dropping it on streaming. Because why not? Because people were asking for it, so gotta give the people what they want. But yeah, Drizzy's back. No, no. I mean, there were some melodies. All right, Blue, Green, Red. Of the 3 songs, I wasn't really rocking with the one with Lotto, which I think was Housekeeping Notice or Nose. Wasn't really rocking with that one. Some people were. She also dropped an album this week, Sugar Honey Iced Tea, which I heard was very good. So shout out to Lotto. Didn't listen to it, but I heard it was very good. But oh my goodness, It's Up and Blue, Green, Red have been on consistent run. All right, they have been on a consistent run this entire weekend. All right, since it came out. I was literally listening to it. I was in the gym when it dropped. All right, when he dropped the little pack, I think it was on Wednesday. I stopped what I was doing. I stopped my playlist in the gym just so I could run those songs. It was so good. It was refreshing. Thugger, Free Thug, that's pretty much what all of It's Up was about. 21 came in and gave a great verse. And yeah, Drizzy was spitting. All right, that was classic Drizzy. Classic aggressive Drizzy, which we hadn't heard from in a bit. At least since the feud. A lot of people try to claim he was gone. Here you go, not gone. And then Blue Green Red should have been. I mean, as much as I appreciate the feud, really wish that he would have just been allowed to drop Blue Green Red at the beginning of the summer because that would have been in Song of the Summer contention. Okay, that was that good. It's a shame that's coming at the end because that would have been played everywhere. I since we blew up and got green, now I gotta leave some of y'all on red. I just 100 gigs though. Also cool to see some of the back the back scenes, the behind the scenes, the BTS content of different albums and different moments in his life. So yeah, that was really cool. Drake making sure his fans are always fed. Ocean in the Blue, one of my favorite artists, honestly, at this point. Dropped Old Flame, it was more heat. Ocean can do no wrong. I just wanted to say that. Probably, yeah, throw up the photo, Chris. And editing, you probably did. Thank you. I just want to give him a shout out for that. That's not promo, but yeah, he dropped Old Flame. It's more heat. If you haven't listened to Ocean in the Blue, do yourself a favor and do that, especially if you love R&B. Backbone. All right, Chase and Status and Stormzy came through with a nice little duo. And they came through. I mean, they came through. It gets the close sign for me. More good stuff. I think Storms is built into a project. I haven't heard anything about it, but I would have to think he's building towards a project. I would like to see it. All right, I would like to see it or get an announcement. Same thing with UH. Would love to see it. I need it in my playlist. But yeah, Stormzy comes through. But yeah, this week's entertainment was pretty much all 100 gigs. Let's talk about the MLB, all right? Let's talk about MLB. It's in the main event slot, but it's not really a main event. I'm going to be honest with you. Nothing crazy is really happening. But let's talk about the three things that I do have to talk about. Jackson Holiday. All right, he needs more consistency. All right, he's got 5 home runs, so in a way he's heating up, but he's also still hitting like 100 because all he's doing is hitting a home run right now, which is kind of crazy. He's not striking out a bunch though, so progress. All right, progress for the young Holiday, the number one prospect in baseball. But he's simultaneously kind of lighting the world on fire and not lighting it on fire. It's kind of a weird paradox, but yeah, he still looks very dangerous. And for him to doing this in his real first times in MLB is terrifying because the Orioles are good enough as is with their infield and all those young prospects that they've accumulated. And Jackson looks like he's going to live up to the hype at some point at least. The White Sox, Chicago White Sox fans, if there's any of you left, the streak ended at 21. Ended at 21. You can breathe now. You guys finally won a game. I'm proud of you. I know it was difficult, but I am proud of you, okay? You went through a lot, but you did manage to win one singular game. So very, very proud of you. However, you did have the longest losing streak in the modern MLB with 21. So, not great, but yeah, the White Sox suck, but they won a game at least. Grady Sizemore, by the way, which makes me feel very old, is now their interim manager, which, like I said, makes me feel old. I remember when he was killing it with the Indians and looking like he was going to be a Hall of Famer, but injuries got in the way. Hopefully he can cook some magic and, still have some Grady magic that he can display for the White Sox because Lord knows that they need it. Judge is up to 328. Life is good. The Yankees are winning games, which is better than we were last month. So I will take it. But yeah, Judge is hitting 328, getting better, getting better, getting better. Let me see if I can fit the roundup. Why not? Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the roundup. Let's see if I can fit this in. Virgil Ortiz and Boachuk had a fight of the year candidate. Okay, 2 knockdowns on Virgil, and he still won. Barely. I barely won. But yeah, that was a surprise because I really did not have too much stock in this fight. But he wants Bud next. Don't know about that one, big dog. But hey, maybe your wish will be granted. But hey, hell of a fight versus Boachuk. Credit to both of them. UFC had a fight night this week. Spivak got rid of Tybura in 2 minutes with a sub. I think he should be next on the heavyweight again once they get through all of the mess with Tom and John that I've talked about before. I think he should be up next. So yeah, we'll see what happens there. Of course, this week we have a UFC event, a major UFC event. It's DDP versus Izzy, and Izzy is my guy. Y'all know I love Izzy, but ladies and gentlemen, I got DDP. It's just like a feeling. The way the tides are turning, I hope Izzy wins. I really do hope Izzy wins, but I think DDP is going to beat him. I don't know. Not that I think DDP is better than Izzy. I just don't know. I think Izzy might just be in the decline. I think he just might not have it anymore. The dog might be gone. We're going to find out if he can get his middleweight crown back. But I do think DDP is going to beat him. I'm going to go out and say Josh is going to beat him. And I don't even particularly like DDP against Izzy. I will be rooting for Izzy. But if I had to be a betting man, which maybe I will be a betting man, I got DDP. However, this is a really good card. Very Australian and New Zealand dominant as all Izzy cards are. Also because of where it is. But yeah, Steve Urquhart, who nearly won the championship and put up a hell of a fight, by the way. Taking on KKF, that should be a banger. Guillermo versus Dan should also be a banger. Ty versus Gyro is going to be fun. This should be a really, really good card. A really, really good card. And of course, the main event between DDP and Izzy, 2 people that legitimately hate each other, is just going to be the cherry on top. So yeah, we'll see what happens there. But yeah, expect violence. All right, violence on Saturday. And of course, we'll talk about that for 211. And to end off, the NFL preseason is actually underway, not just the Hall of Fame game. So a lot of the rookie quarterbacks have made their debuts, and they all look really good, to be honest. All right, Penix look good. Caleb, ladies and gentlemen, like I tweeted out, Bears fans, welcome to the Caleb Williams experience. He does do that every game, pretty much. He does. He is that guy. It looks like the Bears might have a quarterback. Drake didn't do too much, looked okay. Hendon Hooker looked good before he got a concussion. Who else? Oh, Jaden Daniels looked really good. So yeah, even though I hate to say that as a Cowboys fan. Zeke didn't look good in those whole training videos. And Mike was getting reps at running back, which he hasn't done since high school. Or I don't think he ran it. He may have run it at Penn State 1 or twice, but yeah, not great. But yeah, it's preseason. It's underway. I can't believe it's about to be mid-August, which is just crazy to me, which means football is about to be back. But yeah. Still very excited. Preseason underway. We'll be talking about it more if anything crazy happens, or if Kay Adams says something that just catches my eye while she's doing her training camp tour. But ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, that is it for episode 210. The Paris Olympics have come to a conclusion. Like I said, I don't know what to do with myself. However, I do have a fully functioning house and Wi-Fi now, so life is good. So good. Hope you guys have a great week. Hope you had a great week. Hope you enjoyed. But without further ado, I would show. So 210 signing off.